I got a new Kuksa. Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Very excited for today's video because I finally got a new Kuksa and it is exactly what I've been looking for all this time. Just before we get into that video though, just want to say another huge thank you for everybody who took part in the parachute giveaway for the parachute canopy, and it was great fun for me to run, and the parachute has been sent off to the winner down in Newquay to be used in a forest school, so I'm really glad it's going to be put to good use. If you liked that giveaway and if you want to see more giveaways and join in with them, then keep following, keep watching, because there's many more to come in the future. On to today's video. Now, it's been a while since I've posted a kind of just normal video. I've been doing all the giveaway things, and I've also been uploading some of the Remini's old episodes just so that there is a place for them to be stored, kind of like an archive, because I'm not seeing them on TV anymore, not seeing them on TV for a long time, and I like to keep watching them, and I just want a central place to put them all. So if you've not had a look at that playlist yet on my channel, the Remini's archive, then go and have a look at it. There's about 40 videos on there so far, and I'm going to keep on uploading them as I find them. Some of his newer stuff right back to some of his old stuff when he just did 4 or 5 minute segments on country tracks. So you'll find a wealth of information there from Remini's. But on to today's video. So today's talk on Kuksas has to start with this bad boy. So this is made by Kuksa, which I believe is the material that they use. It's a mix between plastic and wood. It's got that wooden aesthetic look that fits in kind of with going camping in the woods, but it is made from a plastic material. And I started off with this one just because it was the easiest to get hold of. Very nice cook sets that come along with it: knife, fork, spoon, bowls and plates, and it just did the job that I wanted it to do. It fit in. Instead of having, I'm not a fan of having the enamel mugs or kind of metal mugs around the campfire. It's not fine for other people, but I personally like to drink out of something that is in keeping with where I am, and kind of fits into the whole ambiance, if you will, of going camping in the woods. So yeah, I've had this Kuksa mug for a long time. It was the first one. I tell a lie, I had a smaller one to start off with, but that was literally like having a shot glass. You'd fill it up and then you'd have a swig, and then that was it. So then I upgraded to this one, which is 400ml. Wrote it on the bottom so that I wouldn't forget. And it really comes in handy when you are making anything that requires a certain amount of water. You can kind of guesstimate it based on this. It's usually noodles and rice. They're around the 300 and something mark, and it's always been fine using this. I did a bit of decoration with a bit of leather and just an antler toggle, and for years this has got me by, and I've been very happy with it. It holds a good amount of liquid to have a drink from, and like I said, holds really nice in the hand. And yeah, I'm kind of sad to be parting ways with it in some ways. It's not the last time I'm going to use it. This might form a permanent place in maybe a backup bag, or just one that I constantly keep packed. But yeah, for years I was looking for a replacement Kuksa, a wooden one, because all of the other guys that I go camping with, they'd been out to, I believe they went out to Jokkmokk in Sweden, which is a big Sami market, and they bought some Kuksas from there, which were beautifully made, very elegantly crafted, antler inlays the lot. And I have to admit there was a bit of jealousy within me, but also I just knew that was the type of mug that I wanted. So years looking around, came across some, and I suppose I was a bit impulsive with this buy, because on the pictures it looked great. It was a nice wooden Kuksa. It had the antler inlays that I could do a pattern on myself later, and I still liked the handle to be in the same way that my Kuksa mug had for to be used. But as you can see, this is a lot smaller. This is around 200mm, if that. And yeah, it doesn't hold anything. This is even smaller than the first Kapilka one I had, and like I said before, the first Kapilka, you'd have one drink out of it and it'd be gone. So this one you don't get a lot out of at all. I suppose I should have looked. I think I got it on eBay, and the amount of liquid in it didn't come up. It wasn't in the description, so I was just going off the picture. And as you know, if you're just looking at a picture with nothing to compare it to, they look at different sizes. So anyway, I had this. I usually wore this on my belt for kind of like Viking reenactment, kind of on the belt kit, which is why I put this little fox toggle on. Which if you're interested in making, I'm going to be bringing that video out soon. I'm just waiting for my laptop to be repaired after my 17-month-old daughter decided to use it as a trampoline when I wasn't around, so I can't do much editing at the minute. But yeah, if you're interested in how to make a fox well, I've used it as a kind of belt toggle, but you can use it for anything, just as a mini statue, then yeah, keep an eye out for that video. Yeah, so as you can see, I've not really used this at all, and I was near enough to giving up. Then the trip to Finland came about. So we went to Kittilä in Finland in the February of 2023. It was earlier this year. Yeah, right at the beginning of this year. Was it? Yes, it was. Yeah, because it got cancelled from 2022. And I thought, well, there we go. I'm going to be in with a chance. I'm going to be in a country where traditional kuksas have been made. Sweden, Finland, and Norway are all home to different names, but yeah, these kuksas. So I thought, well, I'm going to be in with a chance here. But unfortunately, walking around even in some of the smaller shops within town, all you really found was mass-produced Chinese copies, very, very basic blank kuksas, all with the same shape. And we thought, do you know what, let's have a go in Levy as well, the skiing town, but that was just even worse. So yeah, I was really getting a bit, I don't know, the only way I was going to get it is if I went to Sweden to Jokkmokk to get one like the other guys. But then this came up on the Bushcraft trade post, and this was part of a bundle. It was part of a Bushcraft bundle, and the whole bundle was going for about £80. Now, if you know anything about kuksas and about not those Chinese copies, but handmade, nicely finished, lovely wood kuksas, you know that they can go at least for £80 minimum. And that's if you're lucky and it's a good and you found a bargain. I think the guys, when they went to Jokkmokk, they were well over £100 for a decent kuksa. So to have this as part of a bundle for £80 in total, that was something staggering. I didn't want the rest of the bundle, so I dropped the guy a message and I said, well, would you take £80 just for the kuksa? I don't want the rest of it, just want the kuksa. You can sell the rest of the stuff. There's some good stuff in it, but I didn't need it. I said, would you take £80 just for the kuksa? And he said, oh, no, that's far too much. What about £30? I said, £30? I thought to myself, but £30? I was like, I don't know if this guy knows kind of like how much these can go for. He said, oh, I've had it for a number of years now. It needs a kind of bit of sanding as well as. But I mean, even the fact that it had the antler, now it didn't have the carvings, I've done those, but it had the antler inlay. But I thought, is he having a laugh, like saying £30 for, like I said, something that minimum goes for 80. But I insisted on 80, and he dropped it down to 50, and that he said that's as high as he would go. He didn't know why I wanted to do more. I think he'd found the bargain of a century for someone wanting more for something he thought was £30. But so in the end, yeah, paid 50 for it, and he even got a maker's mark on it as well. It's not a made in China mark, and you can see by some of the, not inconsistencies, but you can see like it's not a perfect circle here, and that's how you know that it has been handmade and it's not just made on a machine, is by the little inconsistencies and blemishes in like the ward and in some of the pattern in it. So it arrived, and yeah, it had been stored in maybe a garage and it had got some dirt and dust on it, but went through a few different grains of sandpaper, so now it's got a fantastic smooth finish to it. Came with the leather kind of dangler on it. I just put the antler. I do like antler, so you can see it's very similar to the one I put on my original Kapilka one. Nothing fancy, just kept it simple. I didn't even try, well, sorry, I originally tried to do another wrap like I did with this, but the when I showed it to the wife, she was like, no, just keep it simple, just the simplicity of it. So I did, and yeah, so this is about, it's not as deep as the Kapilka, but it is wider, so it comes out around the same. I think it's just under maybe 350, 375 mil. So it is plenty for what I want. And originally I didn't think that I'd want anything other than just a handle. I always thought that I didn't want this finger, the finger hole for the handle, but I've been pleasantly surprised by how much I do like the feel of it. It sits very comfortably in the hand, and I just couldn't believe my luck with it. It is a beautiful piece. I don't know if it fully picks up on camera, but you've got this like kind of two-toned ward, lovely rings, age rings in the inside showing up, and all it needed was a good few times with sandpaper and a polish and some oil, and it came out really nice. Now, the story behind the design on the antler. Now, the traditional like Sami craft of coral rosing, of scrimshaw work, if you know anything about it, if you looked into it, you know that their designs are absolutely incredible, and I did want to put something onto the antler. I didn't want to just keep it plain, but I am no master craftsman when it comes to scrimshaw work, coral rosing, so I knew it had to be basic, but I wanted to pay homage to its original kind of backstory of where it came from with the Sami. So I thought about different patterns. I knew I'd have to come up with something that I would love looking at, meant something, and was also easy for a beginner to do. And scouring the internet for some Sami patterns, a favourite animal is a deer. Not necessarily a reindeer, just any deer. It's my favourite animal. So I thought, well, I want to incorporate that into the design. So I found some Sami patterns for different, let's see if it comes up, there we go. So you can see it's picking up on camera how kind of rough around the edges it is, but it does the job. So we've got a reindeer standing on a hill with just a very simple pine tree behind it, to represent kind of, if you believe in kind of spirit animals, like the deer is what I would choose for mine, like I said, favourite animal. But what's it looking at? I thought maybe do I put some more in over here, because this was just blank. I can't just have like one deer there, one reindeer, and then nothing here. So again, I hit a blank wall of what to design, because again I wanted it to mean something. Oh. So I thought about what was one of the most amazing moments in Finland, and that was in the Northern Lights. Seeing the Northern Lights for the very first time in all of its glory. Unfortunately, my camera, picture-wise, taking pictures, it picked it up so well. Looking back at some of those pictures, it looks like the sky's literally been ripped open. You can see into the heavens. It's that gorgeous. So I'm really impressed with the pictures. Unfortunately, the videoing, my camera wasn't that good as picking up the lights in video mode, but I mean, it's just all held in my memory anyway. So yeah, and so I started googling for some kind of images or symbols to do with the Northern Lights, and lo and behold, I come across the Sami symbol for the Northern Lights, which is this kind of diamond shape. Oh, there we go, diamond shape up top, and then one straight line with almost like veins coming off it. And I thought, what better way to link back to Sami history than having a reindeer looking out at the Northern Lights, the reindeer representing myself and our trip to Finland. And I just thought that was a really nice kind of story to tell, instead of just having any random image or kind of pattern work. It has a story. Every time I look down, I'm reminded of our time in Finland and that incredible moment with standing there with friends looking up at the lights. So that's what I went for. Now some of you may be thinking, well Matt, we saw some YouTube shots of you carving your own Kuksa, so why isn't that in the mix? Well, I did make my own Kuksa, and we found a lovely piece of wood to do it, and I was happy with it. I think this is the second time I've ever tried to make a Kuksa. The first one just ended up like a big, I don't even know what, it was so chunky. But no, I was actually happy with this one, apart from the fact that, again, the capacity of the kind of bowl was more like this one. It wasn't holding much liquid at all. And the other bit was, if you put it down, it would just fall down. So too much weight at the back here. Got a bit thin in some places, so I couldn't kind of work it out. And I'm still learning from that. But as an experiment, I was happy with how that went. But I still do want to make my own at some point, and I have found a big birch burl in the woods near me, a humongous birch burl. You could probably get about 10 Kuksas out of it, that I do want to take at some point, but I don't want to do anything until maybe I've had a few more practices. So yes, I did try to make one, but it is nothing compared to, even this small one, it's nothing compared to like kind of the craftsmanship of it. So yeah, I didn't put that one in. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the different type of drinking vessels I use, and I hope it kind of inspired you to maybe make your own Kuksa or find your own Kuksa if you are lucky enough. But if you already have a special cup, Kuksa, mug, or something that you drink out of, I'd love to hear the story behind it, or any pictures. So if you do want to share anything, just leave that in the comments, and it'd be great to have a look at them. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, and enjoy bushcrafting. See you soon.